Alright, how's it going? So, just to start off with, if you're watching this on Twitch as a replay, go check out YouTube. I'll have this broken up for you. It'll be much easier to watch on YouTube. Anyway, if you're here on Twitch, we're going to be playing Keruga, 4-color Keruga. Respect the Cat has been playing this list for a little while. I think he's made 3 top 8s in the last Modern challenges. Basically, it's 4-color and 60 cards, but we're playing Keruga. Let me bring the card over here, slide this over. Keruga's an interesting one. I'm not sure how I feel about this deck. I haven't played it before, but we're going to give it a shot. So Keruga here is a companion. Basically, it says you can only play cards with a CMC of 3 or higher. And then when you play Keruga, you draw a card for each permanent you control with a mana value 3 or higher. Now, it does sound terrible in Modern in such a fast format, but there are some ways to cheat this. For example, Fire Ice, technically the CMC is 4, I guess technically, so it cheats its way under Keruga. Same with Dead Gone. And then obviously we still have some free cards in Solitude and Fury. We also can't play Ephemerate in this list, so we had to play Touch of the Spirit Realm. Basically, it's kind of an exile effect. It's kind of like a Banishing Light, but worse. It can only hit artifacts and creatures, but you can channel it, and basically it blinks your creature with the side effect of it doesn't come back till the next end step. So it's a little worse, but you gotta do what you gotta do in 4-color. I don't know if you watched before or not, but I am a big fan of Yorion when it was 4-color Yorion. That was like my favorite deck. I played that for well over a year and a half when I got back into Magic. Kind of sad to see it go, but this is the new iteration, so we're gonna give it a shot. It's playing stuff like Fable. We still obviously have our Teferis. We have Risen Reese to get some value going with our other elementals like Omnath, Solitude, and Fury. We obviously are playing Leyline Binding. One thing is worth noting here, the big loss here is we no longer have Renin 6. So he was playing 25 lands that were copying his exact list. Slide over to sideboard here for you. Again, Keruga makes it so it has CMC 3 or higher. So we have 3 Mystical Disputes. We have 1 Subtlety, 2 Charm Mauls. We have 3 Endurances, 3 Force of Vigors, another Besage You, and another Dead Gone, and obviously the Keruga. So anyway, this is what we're going to run through. I'll be honest with you right now, I'm a big fan of Blue-White. It's my new pet deck. Unfortunately, though, I'm pretty slow on Magic Online, so we're not going to play that. We might in the future, but not right now. So anyway, we're going to go ahead here and get into a league quick. It is worth knowing this is the first time I got to play this since the update. So hopefully I'm not too terrible. Wow, it looks like all my buttons reset. This is going to be unfortunate. Probably should have looked into this before I started streaming. So I apologize in advance. Apparently they reset all my quick keys, all my hotkeys. Make this a little bigger for you. Wow, that sucks. We have 2 lands. Do we think we'll get a 3rd land? We're just gonna go ahead and keep. Looks like it's going to be a grindy game 1, unfortunately. Which is probably terrible for me not having my hotkey set up. On the upside here, we can set up and go get all 5 colors of mana. That way our Leyline Bindings will be turned on for us. Since our opponent's doing the exact same thing, I doubt we have to worry about Blood Moon. What is pass until end of turn? I hope this is not a mirror. This is gonna be miserable. Downright miserable. Trying to see, our opponent does not have a companion. Like I said, I'm going to apologize in advance for any slow play. I've just re-downloaded MTGO Online and my fast keys are not set up. These grinding matchups do seem like they're going to be a little rough. With 4 color, you could always go over to the top with like Eternal Witness and Ephemerate and Time Warp. I think we're going to go ahead here and trade. We don't really have too much to do with our mana here, and we do have another Fable the Mirror Breaker. Oh, okay, so this is, yeah, this will stay in the card. We're going to get God here because we tapped out. This is unfortunate. They're going to get their Archon. At least we have a Leyline Binding. The problem with Leyline Binding is I assume they have their own Leyline Binding, and we get in this hot mess. Because it's an enter ability, so it's going to be even worse. It's not a cast trigger, so Leyline Binding is a pretty bad answer. I'll go ahead here and discard our other Fable. Trying to find something like a Solitude or something here. That was a terrible shock. I thought I had double weight here. We're just going to go ahead here and bounce the Archon. We did have to fade a Spell Pierce, which I normally play since I have this treasure in play. We did get lucky and fade it. I do also apologize for some reason. Apparently with the new update, the record icon does not work any longer. Normally you will see the record icon up, but I guess due to the new update to MTGO Online, it's not working. Hopefully they don't have another one here. I also just realized they discarded a Spell Pierce, so I'm surprised they didn't have another one. Probably a little greedy of me to have pushed so hard. Really hoping for a fetch land next turn and go Omnath into Fury. It seems to be a little held up here. I started playing with Fable the Mirror Breaker. I wasn't a big fan of it. Hey, we hit a fetch. That's great. I wasn't a huge fan of it when it first came out, but I've definitely seen the light. Unfortunately, since I was a late adopter, I had to pay full price for mine. See, they Leyline Binding in here. They might with the Fledged Strand. No? Okay. think since this is the case, we're just going to go ahead here and pass. We could play the Fury, kill their Reflection. But I want to hold up Leyline Binding. Just in case they do have another creativity. I assume this is a binding. Okay. So our opponent has 5 cards in hand. They ditch their Archon. I don't know their Reanimator version. If they are, unfortunately, our Endurances are in the sideboard, so there's not a lot we can do. Yeah, looks like we might get God here. If they have another creativity, which I assume they do, they can do it for, what, 3? And there's no way, yeah. Wow, they just did it for 1. What's this mean? They have Spell Pierce? They play Counterspell? I mean... I'm very confused here. That's odd to me. Unless I'm missing, I'm not a creativity player, so if I am wrong, by all means, tell me in the comments. Another Omnath. Hopefully I don't want the whole control here. I apologize. I've not played with channel abilities like this with our Fury here. So hopefully I do this correctly here. So I intend to blink it. Okay. They just pick it up. Really odd game, to be completely honest. Very odd. I don't know why it shows these filters. I don't know if my Magic Online's messed up or not. But anyway, moving on here. Dismember doesn't hit anything that Dead Gone does not hit. So like Dead Gone, Besage's good. We want Endurances somewhat. We don't know if they're on the Reanimator package. If they are on the Reanimator package, obviously Endurance is great. If they're not on, you know, a Reanimator package, it's kind of terrible because you're shuffling their Archons back in for their creativities. Mystical Dispute's pretty much needed. Force of Vigor's not horrid, but I don't think it's worth it. Question is, what do we cut here? I think we can cut some number of Furies. Yeah, this is rough sideboarding with this deck. I'll cut one Fable. I'm gonna be a coward here and coward split all this. I apologize, I'm not talking much here. So we're going to bring in one Besage. We know they have enchantments of some sort, obviously, with Fabled Mirror Breaker at nothing else. At worst case, it's land. We're bringing in one Dead Gone, just because it obviously answers their creatures. Kind of replaces Dismember. Mystical Dispute we kind of need because they do have counter magic. I assume they'll have more of it here post board. Like I said, I could see a lot of other options here as well. Force of Vigor could be good. Endurance, like I said, we didn't see any Reanimator things. So we're going to leave that in the sideboard. We'll go like this, I guess. Yeah, you can't keep this. If we had one other spell, I probably would have considered keeping. This looks okay. Put back a Touch of the Spirit Realm if I can speak here. Obviously, we need another land, but we got two draw steps to it. See what our opponent has here on 2. Not really sure what their deck plays on 2, to be completely honest here. I mean, obviously they have Fire Ice usually. They have a Dash Dragavan or something wild? Oh, right in 6. Sure. It's kind of annoying because we don't have a clean answer to it. So I can set upkeep stop, maybe. Does not let. How do you set an upkeep stop now? Wow. Learning curves, people. Sorry about that. This reset really got me. So we need a land, so we're gonna upkeep Ice them. Try and keep them off, maybe playing their own Fabled Mirror Breaker. Alright, we hit a Besiege you at something. So Ryan 6 is really going to get carried away, though. They shocked it in. That means they have their own ice, I assume. That's what it looks like. Kind of unfortunate here. Just have to pass here, not much we can do. It is kind of nice that they fetched already. Opponent has 8 cards in hand. We know one of them is still a fetch land. Should be a Wooded Foothills. Maybe they'll get greedy and go for it here with us having no blue mana. Let's see if they go for it here. Be great if they did. Problem is we still have this Ren 6 we have to answer. Oh good, it looks like they're going to go for it here. This Fire Ice will be good. We'd obviously prefer they went for it now. That way they can't hold up something like Spell Pierce. We're just gonna go ahead and fire. I'm starting to feel bad, really bad about our position here. We're just gonna fire here, end of turn. That way we can hold up Leyline Binding next turn and still be able to play around Spell Pierce, hopefully. Worst case scenario, they have Spell Pierce. Hopefully we hit a land here. Hey, we hit. So we have all 5, right? Yes, we have all 5 colors. Okay. Go ahead and just jam our Fable with the Mirror Breaker here. If they counter, that's fine. Looks like they are. Just need to hold this Leyline Binding, unfortunately. Feeling pretty bad about our spot right now. Next turn, we're probably just gonna have to tap out for an Omnath and just hope for the best. The upside, though, our opponent seems to be fairly new to Magic Online. Even with me playing terribly, we're still ahead on time, which is something. Wow, just no plays. Seems a little concerning for us. So with us missing land drops and being behind, our opponent has 7 cards in hand. We know one of them, at least one of them's a land. I feel so far behind, I'm willing to throw away our Leyline Binding here to answer this run in 6, even if it's momentarily to lay Leyline Binding back. I'm doing that end of turn because I'm going to cast Omnath here. And I completely lied. I am no longer going to cast Omnath. We could hit a... We're so far behind. Teferi is the much safer play here. If it resolves. I feel so far behind here that I think we just have to hope and pray as Omnath resolves. We could play Teferi, bounce our treasure, and hope that's good enough, but I don't think it is. Fortunately, we hit Mystical Dispute. I think this is the turn we lose. Rather unfortunate, but we were just so far behind. Obviously, if I had known we were going to draw a Mystical Dispute, 100% would have played it Teferi and minus on the treasure. But hindsight's 50-50. Surprisingly, according to MTG Goldfish here, I mean, we're just going to get blown out next turn. It's going to be rough. Anyway, according to MTG Goldfish, Creativity is like the #1 deck. I don't know if it's just the area I play in. I just don't see it that often. I assume we're going to see 3 Archons here. Only 2. Oh, an Emrakul and a Sundering Titan. Sure, have your fun, Punt. Alright, alright. Definitely got beat there. So is there anything else we want here? I don't really think there is. None of this stuff really does anything for us. I think I'm going to remove our one Bestage and bring back in a Fabled Mirror Breaker. My idea there is we didn't... They have their own Fables, but we're on the play. I feel like we just have to race them. Like, we just have to get overwhelming advantage. Is how we have to win this. So... At least we get to be on the play here. I feel like we always need lands, but this looks okay. Just waiting for our opponent here. Their hand must be super saucy. Probably has like 2 lands and super sauce, deciding if they should keep or not. Alright, looks like they decided to keep. We'll get some triumphs here. Risen Reef isn't a bad pickup here. We'd love to see some Solitudes. We haven't seen any Solitudes at all in either game here. Probably one of our best cards in this matchup. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have Ren and 6 here. If they do, it's going to be a little rough. I hate playing Risen Reef out into a Ren and 6. This feels so wrong. Let's see if they have the upkeep ice. Does not look like they do. I don't expect this Risen Reef to live very long, but at least it got us a land. The love of it would survive here. I assume it's going to die to a fiery death here. Oh, okay. Probably means they have a Ren 6, unfortunately. Hopefully they just tap out here. Just go ahead and play their Fabled Mirror Breaker. You can untap and Leyline Binding it. Teferi bounce their token and attack for 1. Not exactly what I wanted to see here. With that said, it could be worse. We can play a Teferi and bounce their treasure. Yeah, there's a Solitude at least. See if they have a Force. Hopefully we can rip another land here, would be great. Just kidding. Our opponent's smart and cracks it in response, so no card drawing for us, but... Alright, let's see what our opponent has going on now. The way they're pausing, I'm assuming they don't have another land is what I'm just guessing here. Okay, they're desperate to remove our Teferi. Hopefully we can draw something good here. A land's not terrible, but not exactly what we wanted. We're gonna call this Keruga to our hand, play a land, and pass. And the upside one perk is, since we're playing Touch of the Spirit Realm, you cannot counter channel ability, so Spell Pierce is no good here. It is worth knowing our opponent's down to 3 cards, so we can get in a fight here over this Fire Ice. And then Solitude, our opponent's gonna kind of be out of cards. So I can play around Spell Pierce here and just Solitude, but we're gonna make them use the Spell Pierce and then we'll Solitude. Of course, then we don't have a creature left over. This is rough. I'm just gonna get all the cards out of their hand. I clicked fire, I'm sorry. Alright, let's get them to bait this Spell Pierce here. So now our opponent's down to 1 card in hand. I think we'll pitch the Touch, just as Leyline Binding is a cleaner answer to future problems we have. Alright, we need like an Omnath, something. Solitude's not bad, but I think we just had to pass. I'm probably playing a little scared here. Probably should just jam our Keruga and start getting beatdowns on, get a clock going. Just gonna go ahead and flash in a Solitude. We need to get a threat on the board. We have 2 Leyline Bonding, so even if they get something going, it's not the end of the world. Ideally, we'll rip a land here. Card's still pretty good. So what's wrong with me? I should have... I think I could help... Oh, I could not have held up double white, but now I can. Alright. I say we want to hold up double white so we can have double Leyline Binding up. I don't think we're going to need it because our opponent's so low on resources, but... So our opponent's just passing. We get to jam this Keruga. Finally get to draw some cards. I've never cast this card before. Kind of excited to. Hopefully we will draw an untapped white land. Hey, look at that. Alright, I think we have this locked up now. This is like the super long game 1 here. Oh, it's apparently I clicked attack and clicked too quickly. It's a pretty long game 1, 41 minutes. Alright, our opponent scoops it up. Don't forget that your matchup, you can channel it. Oh, I didn't realize you can channel out, to be honest. Alright, we have no lands. We had the mulligan. Seems a little better. I'm gonna put a fire. Do we put a fire ice back or a dead gone? We'll put back a dead gone. Just burn. We just cannot be burned. Should have kept that dead gone. Unfortunate. Wow, no attack. Woo! Got lucky. Opponent didn't click attack. I'm gonna try and play around dealing ourselves damage here with the Misty Rainforest. Or the Steam Vents. We're just gonna play Steam Vents. Next turn we'll fetch a basic, we'll have the Misty and have a fire. Unfortunate. Reveal something good, please. Fire Ice. Alright, so we have 2 back-to-back Fire Ices. And a Suspended Rift Bolt from our opponent. After watching Respect the Cat play, apparently this matchup's like pretty hard for us. It's worth noting I probably should have attempted to kill the Swift Spear there, but I assume they have other instant speed spells here. And our opponent had all the burn spells here. Alright, we're just going to tap down the Swift Spear. Saves us some damage here. Change of plans quick. Man, we were just fire and ice heavy. Fortunately, it's not going to be good enough here. We're just pretty sure we're just going to die here. A terrible playing to try and keep us alive. I didn't fetch a basic. I think we're just dead here, boys. And gals. Our opponent did draw pretty hot. Not that it truly matters, but... and we are just dead. Unfortunate. Of course, when your CMC is 3 or higher, I assume that's going to happen. Alright, so you want a dead gone. Endurances just as a turn 3 blocking sticks, probably not terrible. Subtlety's questionable. I really don't think Mystical Dispute's worth it. Like, it's a counterspell, but it's 3 mana. Like, odds are we're probably dead by the time that happens. So you have 5 cards come in. Honestly, Risen Reef just seems terrible in the matchup. Just abysmal. It's just gonna die. I hate cutting them because it's like our value engine in this build, but at the same time, just feel like we can't keep it. Like a 3 mana 1/1 just seems terrible. Obviously, you could make the argument if we have other elementals to go with it, it's amazing, but I feel like even in a game, if we have other elementals, we're probably pretty solid, so. Guess we'll give it a shot like this. I asked for a quick matchup, I didn't think it was going to be this quick. always need to draw lands. We'll go ahead here and keep. We have Leyline Bonding that we can play. We can play that on turn 1 with taking no damage, and we also have a Fire Ice, so we can answer a couple threats. If we ever hit a third land, we do have Fable the Mirrorbreaker. I'm gonna fetch a while. I forget the exact odds. Like if you want to draw a land, you should fetch either before or after. There's a whole write-up on Goblin Guide, but oh, come on, we need a land. Come on, Teferi. Is it worth paying 2 to save 2 life? I apologize, I was talking and didn't fetch the correct Triome. That'd be the issue that we're having here. Ideally, I would have fetched the other Triome. We would have had all 5 colors, could have played the Sacred Foundry tapped, and we would have had up Leyline Binding. Unfortunately, my terrible life choices have left us in a worse off position. What do you have for us, Goblin Guide? Yay, a land. Okay, good. I mean, I feel like we're still doing terrible here, but what else you got? An Eidolon? Of course you have an Eidolon. I'm gonna subtlety this. It's gonna deal us damage either way. So we subtlety, put it back on top. We can play a Fable. We have up a blocker. Still not feeling great about our position here. Would love an Omnath at some point to go to this fetch land that we're holding. Hopefully we can discard to it next turn. This matchup seems really rough. I'm shocked that they have an Eidolon. Poor opponent is realizing that Eidolon goes both ways. Question is, what do we discard here? I want to discard 1 land. See if we can find an Omnath. That is not exactly what I wanted. Why do I keep clicking through attack stat? It's because I don't have a beginning combat stat. Well, that's super unfortunate. That is super unfortunate. Ah, that is painful. because now I have to fetch. So I went to Leyline Binding and have up to Teferi. Do I not have all five? Oh, I'm missing black too. Wow, that really messed me up. That's very unfortunate. If that was the case, I should have played to Triumph. Terrible plays by me. That whole turn was trash. I apologize for any viewers. I should have attacked, had an extra lane to play. We could have won Leyline Binding, played to Teferi without taking any damage, and yeah, been in a much better spot. So Leyline Binding would have answered the Eidolon. Then we would play Teferi taking no damage and drew a card. Unfortunately, due to my terrible choices and button clicks, we skipped through combat. So. We do have all the stops set up now, so that hopefully won't happen in the future. This is a Boros Charm to the face. It is. So I'm going to risk it here. I'm going to flash the Solitude in to eat this Goblin Guide. It exposes it to a burn spell, but if they don't answer it, we can copy it with the reflection. It's super good. Alright, well they didn't answer it right away. I think it gets haste, right? Yeah. Well, definitely gives our opponent an out here. Rather unfortunate. I could have played it to Teferi first, but I don't think it would have changed the outcome here. All right. Hopefully we're safe here. I don't know of anything our opponent can rip for. I guess they have. That's actually a lie. We're just dead to Boros Charm here. Let's see if our opponent hits it. Looks like they did. Oh, man. That is so unfortunate. They had 0 cards in hand. Their out was Boros Charm. And they already had drawn a Boros Charm. I don't know if there's any other way we could have played that. I'm trying to think back if there's a way we could have won that, but... Not much we could have did there. Opponent ripped pretty hot. This hand is so slow. Just so slow. Holy moly. Can't win a die roll, but when we have a Fury, we're gonna believe. We're gonna believe in the heart of the cards. This is another burn opponent. Oh my, what's up with burn? Oh, okay, it's not burn. Is it Ginger Brute? Question mark? Is this Hammer? Odd. I want to fetch a Triumph, but secretly I have to hold up Dismember here against the Ginger Brute. Just kind of weird. Just in case they have a Sigarda's Aid and a Hammer, I guess. I'd love to go get a, you know, a Triumph, but see if that happens. Just gonna keep taking these beats for 2, I guess. Because I should go get a black source so we don't have to pay as much life to answer as Ginger Brute if we had to. Solitude's pretty nice. Question is, do we shock here? I don't think we do. It's kind of sad we had nothing to pitch to a Solitude. I'm gonna go ahead here. I'm just gonna pay for life. As silly as it sounds, we just have no good way to answer this. Oh no, they have Black Mist skill. Unfortunate. Unfortunately, though, oh, I get text proof. I was gonna say -5 doesn't care about indestructible, but if only we had a way to punish them with the Solitude, but we do not. I think we just had to pass and hold up our one of Besiege You in the main. We had a white card to pitch here. I feel like this would be completely different. We're getting low enough, I want to force them to have stuff. It is worth noting we could do this end of turn, which might be safer. Save them from pumping their creature in combat, kind of how you should go about attacking Infect. But with that said, we're already at 9 and going to 7, and I still have to fetch yet. I feel like we had to take some chances, unfortunately. Obviously, they still have an Inkmoth Nexus, but it appears they are flooding out. we hit a white card. That's great. We could jam the Omnath here, but I think we're going to hold it as a pitch to Solitude if we, heaven forbid, we have to do it. Just play our Fable. Us drawing that Omnath was really good. Our Force of Vigors in the sideboard should be great in this match. It is one thing I do miss though, having red in 6. This is, man, our opponent is just flooding out terribly. Probably just going to concede here. Okay, they have an Ornithopter. Okay. You have an Ornithopter. You have a equipped Ornithopter. I'm going to discard this other Fabled Mirror Breaker here. The LA Line Binding probably seals it up. Yeah, we should be good now. We're gonna go Fury first, and see what they have. Hopefully answer their board. We'll attack, and then we'll also have up Leyline Binding along with Solitude, and we should be good. So make sure I don't misclick. Alright, attack. Yay. No misclicks here. Now, it is worth noting our Leyline Binding does not answer Inkmoth Nexus. We do have Solitude, though. And Urza Saga, that's a good one. So Matt, are you still in chat? Leyline Binding. Technically it says, you know, not land. I mean, technically, this is an enchantment land. Does it work? Yeah, it's a land. So you're saying it obviously would not work. I didn't know, because technically Teferi can't bounce lands, but it can bounce Urza Saga. Do I have a fetch listing? Good question. Very good question there, Matt. I don't have a good answer for you, because I'm apparently playing terribly. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't Omnath into Fury. Oh, I didn't Omnath into Fury because I wanted to hold Omnath up for Solitude, to pitch to Solitude. But that, to be fair, that opinion's kind of bad because I still only have Leyline Binding to pitch, so. Yeah, I had Binding to pitch. Yeah, no, you're 100% correct. 100% correct. Yeah, that was straight on me. Looks like our opponent has the hammer here. Yeah, they're still going for the kill. You gotta give it to them. They gotta try. Oh, you want to wait till ETBs? Yeah, that's probably correct. Because I guess if not, they could have made a construct and equipped it to that. That's a good point. Very good point. Yeah, yep, completely correct. Good call. Alright, so we have Force of Vigors. We have Visage You. So what do you cut here, man? What do you, I mean, I don't know how much you're following. I don't want to keep bothering you. I'm just curious to what you think. Because obviously forces are in, Besageu's in, but, you know, Dead's not 100% terrible. Charmaul is obviously great against blowing up their Urza Sagas. But at the same time, like, I feel like this deck, since it's exactly 60 cards, I'm used to 80, like, the cuts get a little rougher. Like, I feel like some number of Risen Reese can come out, it's just too slow. Like Fables too, I can see that. Do you like the Charmauls enough to cut the Fables for him? Charmaul is still kind of expensive. Yeah. In the Charmauls? Okay. They seem a little slow, but, you know, if you can get them going, they seem strong. Alright, we'll give it a shot. The hand is slow. Super slow. And we have no white mana. It's kind of risky. I'm going to try it. We have Force if we hit a green card. We have Solitude with Leyline Binding up. Go ahead and play our red and blue source here, so we do draw an untapped land. We have both fire and ice up. Hopefully we do, because we're going to answer as giver. Saga is probably going to be an issue. Double giver. Where's a Fury when you need one? Oh, they even attacked with it. For the love of God, let me draw a Fury. Let me do some punishment here. Fury. I don't even care about the land. Give me a Fury. That's a Teferi. That's not a Fury. We again have his awkward issue. So we think they're just gonna hold these givers up for eternity, or you think we can try and move in on them? Whatever. It's super awkward not having white mana. Yeah, no, that's literally what I was thinking too, Matt. I'm gonna hope they attack with the givers. They keep getting greedy and attacking with them. They're getting smart. It's unfortunate. Damn, man. This is very unfortunate. Yeah, saying the same thing there, Matt, about the Solitudes and them doing protection to each other. I don't know why I didn't fire Ice one, I guess, to make them tap, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna need them to punt at this point to try and get out from underneath this. This is gonna be rough. They have a Cauldron hand already too. Wow, they're gonna tap out? Oh, they animated the wrong one. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I feel terrible doing this, but like we have a chance to win because our opponent played terribly. Because our opponent played really badly. We have a chance here. Because we're going to get them to tap out of both. Because we're going to fire 1 and 1, and they're going to use both of their givers. So our opponent's poor play on magical lines giving us an out here. So I assume they're going to double tap both givers here to save both their Inkmoth Nexuses. And when they do that, we can blow them out with Force of Vigor. I guess it doesn't solve the giver problem in the future, but it gives us better out. Do I just force here? Gosh, this is so unfortunate. We have no good plays here. Like, we're going to spew our whole hand here. So we answer this. We Force of Vigor. both of these, and then we ley line. Oh, we can't ley line botting here. Gosh, this is terrible. We need to draw a white card. This is such a hot mess. For anybody watching this in the future, tell me what I did wrong. There was like a million ways we could have did this. What they name? Alright, that's all we got. That's probably played terribly. I need a white source right here to answer a Stormforged Mystic, or we're just dead, but I got us down to the point where they have one land in play. Alright, we hit a white source. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm still not liking our spot, but, you know, got us back into it. Alright, that's all we got. That's all I can do. Best I can do. I hope it's good enough. Well, they have their third 8-month Nexus, unfortunately. Wow, they attack. Still don't know we're winning this one, but, you know, at least we have a shot. Alright, no attack. Unfortunately, I can't really discard any cards here. Like, we could, but I don't think we can. We can't get that greedy. I would love to add Keruga to our hand here, but I think we just have to hold up Solitude. I guess Solitude doesn't really do a lot here because they just have a Giver runes. They can give protection. Wow, they just packed it up. And it seems very aggressive from our opponent. Yeah, we're just ripping lands. We weren't getting anything going. Golly, I'd love to be on the play. These hands are so slow. Just so slow. I have no idea where our opponent's on. We have a Fury. I'm gonna keep it. This hand's one of those ones that's kind of like here. It's neither here nor there. Like if it's a fast deck, we get run over. If it's a slow deck, it's okay. Like it's not super great. I hope this isn't a mirror match. It looks like it is. This is gonna take for eternity. This is blue-white. Is that what this is? See if they ice us in the upkeep. They did not. I have no idea where our opponent's on. I'm going to ice them in upkeep. I'm assuming this is another creativity deck, if I had to guess. Looks like we're getting iced. Ice is for everyone. Solitude was an amazing draw there. So I'm going to play the Misty, obviously, so we have open Touch of the Spirit Realm if they go do anything funny. So we have Solitude open with Touch. Is this Titan? As soon as it's Escape Shift. They have a remand. It's a beating. I'm gonna go again. Escape Shift, this seems like a terrible matchup for us. Isn't the next end step, did I not get it back? How is this worded? Yeah, main phase 2. Good call, Matt. I'd never read that on this. I knew it didn't come back right away, but I thought it was next end step. I didn't read how it was templated. It's rather unfortunate. So we can just jam an Omnath here and just hope we don't die. Or are you gonna hold up Otawara? I feel like we have to get going here. Yeah, good call on that, Matt. I didn't realize that's the template on it. I forgot I did it in the end step and next end step, obviously. It's like dress downing an end step. Looks like they yeah, I could have the fetch. You're correct. I used it because I was trying to keep the Otawara in hand so we can bounce like a Titan or, you know, not that it matters now. They'll have enough lands to play the Dryad twice, pardon me. But I was holding Otawara hoping that, you know, we could cast it. Our opponent must be getting close to killing us if they're really willing to run a Ren and 6 out. Yeah, I don't think this is going well for us. I totally forgot to play a land again. Terrible. We should be higher at life. I'm playing like trash now, unfortunately. Apparently my cutoff should be like an hour and 10 minutes. That is a terrible punt. Yeah, I assume we're just dead here. Oh, they even had the Valakut. Matchup seems really rancid for us. Like, burn felt super terrible for us. And then this matchup here, I mean, I'm trying to think of sideboard wise, we don't have much. We have mystical disputes. Yeah, this just seems horrid for us. I mean, we just don't have things to fight this. I mean, Charmal, but like it's so slow. I mean, like a turn 5 Charmal is not where we need to be. Yeah, this is rough. I feel like I cut Risen Reef all the time. So these are my 4 cuts. Dismember I'm leaving in is this early reaction that can kill their Dryad. That's what, a 2/4? Because their fires don't hit it. I'm leaving 1 dead gone in just for the gone part, just in case they try and go off and don't have enough Valakuts in play or enough actual mountains, and they're hoping Dryad will give them the required mountains with its ability. You can return it to its hand, the trigger on the stack, and fizzle it. Risen Reef just seems too slow. Fable's a little slow. Ice could be good, but I don't know what else we would cut. We went to Fairies as they have counter magic. And then we want Touch just so we can maybe rush out a Fury. Probably not going to happen because they have Remand. But that's the choices I came to. Man, the mana base in this has just been rough. Like, it's just been rough. But the mana base has just felt hard. Not what I wanted to see. We really need to land here. Wow. I feel like there's a repeating trend here. Playing 4 color without Ren is really rough. So I can get Remand now. Okay. We still have no white mana. It's worth noting. Could you imagine playing against us with our opponent's deck? Like, you just have remands. Oh my god, we don't have red either. Oh, holy crap. Wow. This mana base, though. This is incredibly rough. We have no white and no red. Having no white and no red is just unbelievably hard. Do we take another draw step here, or do we just besage ourselves? Besage you ourselves? Like, I think we lost at this point. I don't think there's any way we can win. I'll take one more draw step. We could besage you ourselves, blow up our breeding pool, get a basic mountain so we can at least play the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Do we even have a basic mountain in this list? We don't even have a basic mountain, so we can't even do that as an out. I mean, we could go get a white source and go get a white source and put the Solitude in and touch it. That seems terrible. I don't think, yeah. We'll have to take a draw step and pray. Why so badly? Do I play as Besage just to get a land drop in? I don't think it matters what we do. I'm gonna pass one last time. We'll probably pack it up next turn. Yeah, our opponent's just gonna have a bunch of counter spells. This matchup's so over. I apologize, I'm not talking much. Matchup seems really bad. Like, burn wasn't great, but this is really bad. I don't know why they target the Solitude for. Should have just targeted our face. Whatever. I was gonna go ahead and blow up their Valakut. Seems so bad blowing it up too, because it's just like to get back with Brand 6. And honestly, I thought that would have fizzled with them playing a land with the the Dryad in play. We just cannot. Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna sit here and play us out. Hey, we won a die roll. Well, his lands and spells, we can cast them all, so I guess we'll keep. Is this Murktide? A raggy boy, alright. There is merit to holding Beseiju here, as they may be on Blood Moon, but I doubt I have the luxury of holding it up for forever. Hopefully just tap out for a Shredder or something here. A Dash Dragavan, okay. Oof, thank God they can't cast that Teferi. That would have been rough. Alright, based on our opponent's last turn, I'm probably reading into this too far. But I think our opponent has a Blood Moon. So they're probably going to dash a Ragavan. I assume they did that to get more blue mana. Might be reading too far into this, but I think they have a Blood Moon. They're going to dash Ragavan. Beacon fires it. Hopefully they'll counter. And heaven forbid, you know, if they have a Blood Moon or whatever later on, we have double Leyline Binding. See that counterspell, opponent? Nope, okay. I assume this is the Blood Moon now? Let's see if my read's right. They're gonna play Blood Moon. No bueno. We need a land here. That's not a land. I'm pretty sure they have a Blood Moon, but we can't keep playing around it, unfortunately. Let's see if they have the Blood Moon here. Why does it have to be a 1/3? It's so awkward. This might be a little greedy here. Catching the Solitude. Shredder just lets them loot so much. Like I said, this might be a little greedy here. Just spewing a little too much. But we do have an answer to a Murktide if they have one. That is a good card to have. One thing I do miss is card advantage like that. Wow, double expressive iteration. The value. Our opponent went from 2 cards to 4 and a free land drop. Rough. Wow, they even hit a Ragavan yet too? Okay, a bobble. Okay. They have to have something else here. Well, I is shocked for Spell Pierce, I guess. Let's go to our companion friend and pass. Unfortunately, I think this is over. The 1,000-Year Blow? I'm not yet. So me and Dre are actually watching through all of Bleach right now. So we're not there quite yet. We're back on the Arrancar arc. Gosh, our opponent is just running 3 expressive iterations. Man. I need to run that well. Oh, I'm so bad. We don't have black. I'm just terrible at this game. I just say I watched the sorry, I'm talking playing like trash. I watched the intro or whatever you want to call it, like the preview, and it looked awesome how they reintroduced everybody. Like, I'm sure it would have hit real good seeing them all come back, except that I was literally, we were already watching Bleach at that point. And so I hadn't really missed them, if that makes sense. But yeah, I can't wait to watch it. Do you think they're gonna fetch here in the end step? So I've been talking, Matt, and I totally missed that we had a dead in our hand. Oh, it doesn't do anything. I'm so dumb. We're good. We're good. Me multitasking's terrible. I'm just surprised that they brought it back out after 10 years. Like, the Blood War, you know, it's been what, like 10 years? Like, I watched that in high school, and it took that long for it to come back out. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm glad it's back. All right, we really need a land. I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but like if we can rip a land, we can play Risen Reef as bait, and then we can Leyline Bind as Murktide, which we really need to do because we are dead. Why cannot we not hit lands? They didn't counter the first one. I doubt they're going to counter this one. So we might have got here, right? And it might be all on me. So we could have casted this in their end step. In our end step. To play around Counterspell. But they had Counterspell, we lost either way. But by letting them untap and do an upkeep, they had Archmage Charm and turned it on. Unfortunately, our opponent had double, all triple Counterspell and triple Expressive Iteration. And that's pretty strong. There's yet another match I feel like we take Risen Reef out. Probably could some number of Fables just because they're so expensive. Like 3 mana is just horrid for us. Cut 1 touch just because I feel like touch is like the odds of us invoking and having a touch resolve. Yeah, we're probably already winning that match, so we're gonna cut it. Obviously disputes are good, endurance is a good, subtlety is questionable, but probably pretty good. So that's how we'll try it. It is weird leaving in Dismember, but I feel like we need a lot of removal. We're pretty light to Shredder. And we have no lands. It seems to be like a reoccurring trend. I must say, playing this this matchup on this side, I used to think that this was a good matchup for color control for the most part, but playing this version seems really rough. I have a feeling we're gonna get bricked on lands again. All right, well, that's about how the nights went. I assume this is gonna the seal of fate here for us. Missing this land drop, but we'll give it one more draw step. But highly doubt we're gonna win this here. Let's see if we get Blood Mooned out here. Probably is, yeah. We're just getting Blood Mooned out here. A Shredder, oh my. All right. See if we can do it. Can we draw a land? Alright, well, this match is officially over, unfortunately. I can't say I'm overly surprised with their losses in this league. I think this matchup's probably a little closer than it appears, but not much. Murktide against a deck that plays a bunch of 3-drops. It's probably going to win. I know, shocking. We'll go over the rest of it here after I concede. We'll go over our losses, but deck definitely showed its weaknesses, and there are many. Let's see if they want to waste a counterspell. Looks like they will. Worst part is we're not doing much here. Like, yeah, we're doing some small counter wars back and forth, but now we're just kind of running our answers to a Murktide, and we just have, you know, we have nothing going on here. It's gonna go ahead and take our beats here. I'm gonna take 4 because we're gonna take 3 anyway, so might as well do it while they're tapped out. But this matchup's very over for us. Rather unfortunate. Here comes the Murktide. And I assume they counterspell back up. Surprised that resolved, but hey, we hit a land. Holy moly. Man, look at our opponent go. They could have answered our Solitude, but they just decide not to. They have this on such lockdown that they don't care. I mean, to be fair, they do, but they didn't even need to counter our answer. And our opponent, Expressive Iteration. Wish our opponent would just put us out of our misery already. So I'm main phasing this because I'm a coward and I don't want them to untap because I assume they have a counterspell. Obviously, it's much better to ambush the Dragon Rage Channeler in combat, but I am a wimp, and I have a feeling they have a counterspell, so... Just kidding, they have another Expressive Iteration. Seems strong. Our opponent saw 3 game 1, along with 3 counterspells, and they've seen 2 this time. Card is a house. I missed that card very much. Oh my, our opponent has all 3 Expressive Iterations. I mean, they played 4, but they hit all 3. That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Hitting all 3 is pretty strong. They have a Darcy in play too. Come like a bolt base? No? Okay. The worst part is like we're probably just dead. Like our opponent probably has us dead, but since we're on moto, I just don't know it yet. Like playing blue-white on moto is the same way. Like your opponent's dead because your hand's stacked, but you know, you're still playing the game. This is a Jace, the Mind Sculptor. Man, our opponent's greedy. They still have Jason? Or is it Murktide? Okay. Alright, ready? We're gonna get Mystical Disputed out of our lives. My body's ready for it. Show it to me, opponent. Wow. Well, at least that Murktide's on layaway now. We don't have to worry about it till next turn. Wow, they put Murktide on the bottom. Attack with subtlety so we can leave endurance back because it survives lightning bolt. Alright, feel like we're still dead here, but you know, opponent's making us think that we still got a chance. This league is really long. This is a 2-hour league. For all you on YouTube though, this league will probably only be like an hour because I'm gonna cut a bunch out. Just for you. Uh-oh. Dash to Raga boy. This is a little scary. Wow. Am I gonna get a bolt in my endurance so I draw less cards with Keruga because they don't have an answer? Is that what's happening here? Or is that double bolt to bolt us out? Okay, I'll take that. I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's not great. It slows our race down because now like fly and we had to hold our subtlety back, but all right. I'm gonna gamble and hold open our Ragoon Triome. Maybe we draw a Leyline Binding. We're super lucky. Fortunately, I can't attack and I don't feel favored sitting around. The Blood Moon? Oof. Are we dead? Do you have a bolt? Do you have a bolt? Show it to me. Probably have a Counterspell. It's their last card in hand. Alright, so I'm going to take a hot minute here on this. So, we don't have many options here. We can cycle, hope to hit something. But they have Counterspell as their last card in hand, which I assume they do if they're willing to take that line to push damage. I think we just lost. So like we can cycle here, but anything we hit will still die or be answered by lightning bolt. Now, unfortunately, it's not okay. So you're telling me there's still a chance? I'm gonna cycle this land. It's not doing anything for us in play. I think we're still out of this, but let's see if they have the bolt to kill us here. They probably do. Land's not what I want to see. Man, we need all those lands for how long, and now we have them, and we can't. We're not doing much with them. The question is, like, do we attack with something? Because, like, we're in this awkward holding pattern where I can't attack, but I can't let them have a million draw steps either. Like, we need something good off the top, and we're just not hitting it. I'm gonna give it one more turn and hope we rip something good. Giving them this many draw steps is probably terrible for us. My reasoning here is, sorry, I should explain. I'm terrible at explaining. So we attack, and they have a counterspell, which I assume they have because they're not playing anything, they're not playing creatures. They're going to counter our spell team, we won't be able to block. So 5 damage for us going to 1 probably isn't worth it, where we can still draw Omnath and fetch right now. Alright, well, our opponent's forced our hand. We had to start attacking now. Okay, so they did have the counterspell, so we weren't crazy for not attacking and going in. Them having this Darcy is just doing them wonders. Like, they can just filter through their deck so well. And we just can't do anything. Okay. I mean, if I'm going to hit a brick, that's a brick I'm willing to hit. Playing super conservative here since we come this far. If they have a removal spell, since they have Delirium, if I attack with both, they have a removal spell and like a Dash Dragavan, we lose, so I'm going to hold back 2 blockers. They're still dead next turn. Did we really get there? This terrible hand? I don't care about Shredder, that's fine. Did we just shove? Our last card in hand's a removal spell. Show it to me. Show me you have a removal spell. Okay. Yeah, it was rough. Can't believe we came back out of that one. I thought for sure it was over. Our opponent, wow. All right. I really want some card draw. Like, I really want to fit these Risen Reefs back in some capacity, or these Fables, because it just feels like they have so much better card selection than we have, which is to be expected with the restraints on our deck. But the ability for them to filter through their deck and such is just so much better than us. It's just wild. But I don't know if I can cut anything to bring in more Fables. Double bobble hand. At least they didn't have a yeah, a whatchamacall yet. A DRC to go with it. Wow, it's weird they shocked in. I don't know if they have a spell pierce or what. I'm getting a little greedy here. Just gonna go ahead and kill a Shredder a while. I'm taking a ton of damage here, which might not be correct. But that Shredder is gonna help them loot. And it seems like their hands are a little awkward. I'm also gonna ice them just because I'm scared of Blood Moon. That said, we are weak to a Ragavan hit here. Yeah. Wish we had something to pitch to a Solitude here. Unfortunately, we do not. With that said, though, they are probably going to tap out, and we can resolve this Fable the Mirror Breaker, which we really need to resolve in this matchup. Assuming they don't have a Spell Pierce. Solitude, that's a good one. Oof, that's a good one too. Alright, the question is, what do we play here? Do we play it to Teferi? Both of them get hit by a Counterspell. Teferi won't get any value. I'm gonna have to tick up because we know they have, yeah, it's just not worth it. If we play it to Teferi, make them attack it and use a lightning bolt, but they could just choose to possibly ignore it. Like, I can't minus and get the card advantage right away, right? Because they're just gonna attack it and kill it, and it didn't do much for us. Like, it bought us a turn of them dashing and killing it, I guess, and it drew us a card, but I feel like we can get more out of Teferi than that. Plus, this way, if we really had to, we can use Solitude pitch Teferi to kill the Ragavan, which I think I'm gonna do here. Again, it's a little like spewy, a little ambitious, some would say. But with that said, we do have a Fable, so we will get to fix our hand a little bit here. Well, that was pretty bad. I was a little weak there, if I do say so. Our opponent is a little flooded over there. Looks like they have a Murktide. It is worth noting we did do a lot of damage to ourselves, so we might just lose to a Murktide here. If they have a Counterspell back up for it. Okay, so here's the options. We can obviously go hardcast Fury, right? And then counter it, that sucks. And that's all we can do for the turn. But I think I'm gonna invoke it here. If they have a counterspell, they're likely to use it here, and then we can cast a Keruga and draw the card at least. We should eat the counterspell, yeah. I mean, we're probably just dead here. Probably have like a bolt as the last card in hand, wouldn't surprise me. Wow, what is this? They have double counterspell. Okay. Well, we're just dead here. You can't beat Brazen Borrower and Murktide Regent, unfortunately. That's rather unfortunate for their last card in hand. That is so unfortunate. That's a really good card to have as the last card in hand. Gosh, that's so unfortunate. The fact that they had to have a Brazen Borrower. Let's see if we can catch them in the end step. I doubt they're going to let us get away with not flashing in Brazen Borrower. That's so unfortunate. I don't know about me. I played a little too loosey-goosey in the beginning. That's just super unfortunate. Gosh. That's so rough. I'm just buying time. We lost. Man, that's unfortunate. That's a rough one to lose. That's a rough one to lose. Super rough. Wow, nothing? Oh, there's my 50 play points. Alright, so this is the deck we played. Let's go over it real quick. So our losses were to we lost to Murktide, we lost to Burn, and we lost to Scape Shift. Those three matches seem rancidly terrible, like horribly terrible. The creator of this deck, I'm not saying I shouldn't say he's a creator. The one that has piloted it to great success. Amidst Burn is terrible. I have not seen him play against Scape Shift, and I also surprised I haven't called him playing Murktide with it. But in my opinion, those three matchups are unbelievably rough. I am definitely made mistakes playing this. I am no Andrea Mancucci. With that said, though, usually it takes me a couple games for me to feel strongly about a deck or its issues, and I can tell you this one feels really bad against those decks. Burn you usually see it when you go play a modern tournament. So it's not great to have a bad matchup against, but you don't see it all the time. Scapeshift, I don't know what the metagame on that is. I don't see it a ton either, but Murktide makes up a fair bit. And it just feels real bad. I mean, so Scapeshift, the green-blue version that we played against with counterspells, well, remands, and Murktide have the same issue. Like, we're casting 3 mana cards, 3 mana and plus cards. They can do whatever they want for the most part, but outside of our fire ices, we can try and slow them down, and our dismembers that we're cheating. But besides that, they can do whatever they want and set up and sculpt their hands. And then as their Scapeshift, they can just kill you like out of nowhere, and we have basically no interaction for it. So that matchup's just trash. And then Murktide, us not having a lot of interaction, and then just trying to hand jam 3 mana spells when they have Counterspell and Archmage's Charm, and also with us being super cold most of the time to Blood Moon as well, which 4-color normally wasn't with Abundant Growth, Brandon 6 and Fetch Lands, just feels awful. Just feels awful. And it's not like the sideboard gets you anything any better. Like, the sideboard, again, is just 3 mana cards that they can just counter to remand. Burn, again, is rough. I wouldn't give up on a deck if it just had a bad matchup against Burn, but you're really limited on what you can do against Burn since you have to play 3 CMC or higher. So anyway, my conclusion is I built this deck. I actually wanted to jam it at FNM. I didn't get a chance, and obviously pre-releases this week, so I wanted to play it on Moto. I don't think this will be a list I'll play again. I want to give it a shot. Again, probably lost many points due to me playing terribly, but this definitely is not the 4-color build I was looking to replace my Yorion build. I think I will stick with blue-white until we find something that's better than this. So, all right, appreciate you tuning in. Have a good one.